Why did the United States intervene in Cambodia during the Vietnam War? During the Vietnam War, Cambodia was officially a neutral country. On paper, it was not supposed to be involved in the conflict at all. Yet, by the late 1960s and early 1970s, the United States was deeply entangled in Cambodian affairs. To understand why America intervened in Cambodia, we must look beyond the battlefield and into the broader logic of the Cold War. At the heart of U.S. strategy was the fear of communism spreading across Southeast Asia. American leaders believed in what was known as the domino theory. According to this idea, if one country fell to communism, neighboring countries would soon follow. Vietnam was already at war, and Cambodia sat directly beside it, in a highly strategic location. U.S. intelligence believed that North Vietnamese and Viet Cong forces were using Cambodian border regions as safe havens. These areas allowed troops to rest, resupply, and move weapons along hidden routes connected to the Ho Chi Minh Trail. From the American military perspective, Cambodia had become an invisible extension of the battlefield, even if it remained neutral in name. American leaders faced a dilemma. Attacking these bases inside Cambodia would violate international law and Cambodian sovereignty. But allowing them to exist, they believed, would prolong the war in Vietnam and cost more American lives. Behind closed doors, U.S. officials decided that military necessity outweighed diplomatic rules. This decision marked a turning point. Without public announcement, the United States began covert military operations inside Cambodia. These actions were designed to disrupt supply lines and weaken enemy forces, but they were kept secret from both the American public and much of the U.S. government itself. At the same time, Cambodia was politically fragile. Its leadership struggled to maintain neutrality while surrounded by war. Internal divisions, corruption, and external pressure made the country vulnerable. American policymakers increasingly saw Cambodia not just as a neighbor of Vietnam, but as a weak link that could be influenced or controlled. The U.S. intervention was not limited to military strikes. Political calculations also played a role. Washington feared that if Cambodia collapsed or aligned with communist forces, it would strengthen enemy positions across the region. Supporting certain factions and undermining others became part of a broader strategy to shape Cambodia's future. However, intervention produced consequences that American planners did not fully anticipate. Military actions inside Cambodia destabilized rural areas and disrupted traditional village life. Civilians were displaced and trust in the central government eroded. Instead of isolating the war, the conflict spread deeper into Cambodian society. As chaos increased, radical movements found new opportunities to recruit and expand. Anger toward foreign interference mixed with internal grievances, fueling extremism. What began as a strategic decision aimed at winning the Vietnam War gradually transformed Cambodia into a major battleground of its own. Inside the United States, the truth about Cambodia emerged slowly. When the public learned that military operations had been conducted in secret, trust in government leadership suffered. The intervention became a symbol of Cold War decision-making driven by fear, secrecy, and urgency rather than transparency. In the end, the United States intervened in Cambodia not because it intended to wage war there from the beginning, but because Cold War logic pulled the country deeper and deeper into the region. Strategic geography, ideological fear, and military pressure combined to override neutrality and sovereignty. Cambodia paid a devastating price for these decisions. The intervention reshaped its political landscape, intensified internal conflict, and left long-lasting scars that remain visible today. The story of American involvement in Cambodia serves as a powerful reminder of how global strategies can have tragic local consequences. This is not just a story about the Vietnam War. It is a lesson about how fear and power can redraw the fate of a nation that was never meant to be part of the war at all.